This episode of Stuck in Vermont is made possible by Hotel Vermont and Vermont Tourism.
Welcome to Stuck in Vermont, brought to you by 7 Days. My name's Ava Solberger. We're here in Williamstown, Vermont, and this is Knight's Spiderweb Farm.
So give me something to remember you by when you are far away from me.
And then I'll tell you why they're there.
Okay, tell me why they're there.
To keep the barflies off my elbow. Well, I say no, it's not Spider-Man, it's the Spiderweb guy.
There is a Spider-Woman, so
It's true. You could be Spider-Woman.
But I'll go with Spiderweb Lady. That's fine. When we first collected the first webs in '76, we had a section in the back of the house, and we had hung our racks there. I like this picture because it shows him holding on to a web.
I believe that's the first web. You know, how long you've been doing this? And I say 1976. It's going to be 40 years next year. I can't believe I had the same job. I'm not the type to hang around.
Since 1976, Will and Terry Knight have been harvesting spider webs and turning them into unique works of art.
By now, it would have been 16,000 after 40 years. This is not our doing. This is the
before
spider's
we
doing.
Yeah.
We want people to appreciate the spider.
Hang a web on your wall, give nature a nod. I had to look up nod to make sure that was the right word. It's a short story, but it's the same story to anybody, how it started. We had an old tree that had been hit by lightning, and the top of it was gone, and there was this big blister of spider webs. And she came out and she collected a web. Now, how did she collect it? And she read about it in the Girl Scout handbook.
Something that said, okay, you can collect spider webs on paper using hairspray and paint. He was the woodworker, and he had all sorts of woodworking stuff.
And he said, oh, well, you can't sell spider webs in a small cabinet store. Laughing. She said, well, let's call it the Spiderweb Farm.
That's Will. Okay. With his famous sweater. He loved this sweater. We never used our front porch because it was full of spiders. We did call it the nursery.
It was always loaded with spider eggs.
We used to collect 6 or 7 web sacks.
These have all hatched, and the spiders have come out and then gone on to my frames. And you'd have 400 or 500 little spiders crawling around the next day.
And when we started out, there were days when Will would come in and say he collected 25 webs.
Yeah.
I think by the time we got into the 80s, Will was pretty much in his heyday. We had the webs, we had the spiders, and we were doing fine. Think of that small spider producing all this silk. That's what makes it so amazing. And that's why I like these smaller spiders and the smaller webs with that really fine, tight, precise center. When you look at the spider web, look at it closely, and see the amount of effort that goes into making that web. And it's a simple process. The spider just sort of walks along.
It's like they're not paying any attention to what they're doing.
They just move along and they push that silk in place with their hind leg.
No directions, nobody near them saying turn left, turn right.
Like snowflakes, no two are alike. We used to go to schools and talk about spiders. And the first time we went, everybody said, oh, yuck, we stomp on spiders. And we started talking about what spiders really do. And I think there's been a change in the attitude towards spiders.
Williamstown, Vermont, home of the original website.
I'm sure there's somebody else who's done it. I don't think there's anybody who's done it in as nice a setting.
Ready to listen. If they want to talk to me about something their cousin Harry does.
Will takes the time to talk to them.
And he certainly can talk.
And he can talk.
Hey, there's the champ. That's a funny story. I thought to myself, I should do that more often. You get something better than that, show me. I refer to my spiders, well, they're Amish. And they look at me, Amish. Yeah, you know, why set the table if company ain't coming? Joke, right? You go, oh, they're all laughing, ha, ha, ha. Money. Money. Pee-wee, they used to call me Pee-wee. No sense in calling Pee-wee unless he says something funny.
Will sells the webs.
I sell a little bit of Willie Knight.
And I love to hear where people come from.
We get them from Russia, China, Taiwan.
Yeah.
I've had over 100 families from Israel. Been on the Today Show, the New York Times, the Boston Globe.
We operate on a shoestring because we live here. We're open pretty much whenever we're here.
Most people don't like spiders.
Most people, right. I had a young lady who wouldn't come in the door.
I don't think I've ever been bitten. I've gotten spiders in my hair once in a while.
If most people don't like spiders, why is this so successful? Why have you been on the Today Show?
Well, when you say successful, how do you compare that with failure? Successful in the sense that I'm happy here. Okay, this is what I do. Now, when it hits that guy, 1, 2, 3, 4, you'll see what it does in that one there. Is there a web there? See, we haven't had anything in this barn, and we used to have 6 or 7 in each section every day.
Wow.
And we haven't had anything, I mean Zippo, this whole summer. Is he showing up? See, now we know there's one there. Yeah, that's the guy I have up here.
You're going to have to get the ladder for that, huh?
Yeah. And a board. 1, 2, 3. Here's 17. 30. Oh. That's drying.
Right on there.
Too quick. Up, see that stretching here? See, I almost lost that.
So tell me why that one is not one that you would want to keep.
The web itself doesn't say anything. It's just a web.
It's kind of clumsy looking.
It's not like you expect a spider web to look like. I mean, I've looked at a lot of webs, and I'll show you the perfect web. I'll show you. One web that I ended up giving to my wife because it's a perfect web. No blemishes. That's a nice web. This I don't understand, but that's something they do. Well, because that web is a jiggy-jaggy thing. I was shaking. This one's got this piece of stuff that was drifting in the wind.
Okay.
My goal is to produce something that's going to sell.
It's
Really?
a business. It's a
And
business,
I have
yeah.
stood there for 40 years now watching people say, oh, I don't like that one. I like this one. The big ones are stories. In my mind, if they tell you that he's a king. You know, this is it, pal. This is a spider web.
Wherever you go, whatever you do, I want you to know I'm following you. Whatever you climb or tumble into, why all of the time I'm following you.
So even though it's a bad season for spiders, we got to see Will harvest this web, and I get to take it home. You can visit the Knight's Spiderweb Farm through the end of October, and we will get stuck in Vermont with you again real soon. Be on the lookout for spiders. I can feel some in my hair. Ooh, everywhere. All around us.
But this blemish, this was him chasing lunch.
Well, in that case, for that spider, this is a great web, because he got lunch.
But I'm not looking to sell them to spiders.
You never know. It could be a new market for you.